Okay guys, so we have got this very beautiful question. It is from India IMO 2012 HSP2, problem number 2. So try to attempt it, see if you can get to the solution. Otherwise I've got you. So what it says is, show that if 13 divides n square plus 3n plus 51, then its square 161 should divide 21 n square plus 89 plus 44. Okay, so the very first information that we have is 13 divides n square plus 3n square plus 3n plus 51, right? And then we have to prove that it should divide 169, and 169 should divide 20n square plus 89 plus 44, right? So when you look at this equation, what comes in your mind? Like the very first thing that I see is that I am seeing an n square. Okay, so I can get one more, like from one more square from here. So this is, let's just say this is a square. I can get b square from here, and then we will make 2ab from here. Okay, so like we can get a plus b whole square, and we will be left with something. Okay, something plus something. So 13 would divide a plus b whole square plus something, but it doesn't actually give us anything. Like, yeah, so it divides this, then what? Like, we have to do something, like, to get to this solution. So what we can do here is that something we can make it a multiple of 13. Let's just say we made it 13x. So by using the property of subtraction that I told you, that if a divides b and a divides c, then a will also divide b minus c. Since 13 would divide this 13x, then we can subtract it and we will be left with 13 would divide a plus b whole square. Okay, and then since it is dividing its square, then it must divide this its square root as well, a plus b. Then it must divide a plus b, and then we can say that a plus b would be multiple of 13, and like we can get to some point and we will plug the values in here. So my first idea is this. So let's try it out and try to make the square, and that plus something we have to make it a multiple of 13. Okay, so what I can do is, let me write this as n square, and now what I can do here is I can get from here 25, which would be square of 5, right? 5 square, and then we will be left with 26, right? We'll be left with 26. Okay, so now we have got 3n here. Okay, so we want to make it n plus 5 whole square, right? We will get n plus 5 whole square, or let's just say we haven't decided the signs yet, whether n plus 5 or n minus 5, and we also want a multiple of 16 here. So we already have a multiple of 26. So another n, what we want here, let's just say we have 13n here and plus 26 here. So we added 10n, therefore we have to subtract minus 10n, right? So if I subtract minus 10n, it actually becomes a complete formula. Look, because this is 2 into 5n. Okay, so this becomes n minus 5 whole square, and then we also have got a multiple of 5 here as well. So we have carried our idea here, n plus 2, right? So 13 would divide 13n plus 2. Okay, therefore by the property of subtraction we can subtract that n minus 5 whole square plus 13 n plus 2, and then we can subtract 13n plus 2, which would eventually cancel out, and we will be only left with 13n minus 5 whole square, and 13n minus 5 whole square. And as we know that if a number divides its square, then it should divide its square root as well. I don't know why my pen is not working today. So 13 should divide n minus 5. Therefore, n minus 5 would be multiple of 13k. Okay, so now in this equation we have got n. So maybe we can find the value of n from here, and then we will get 13k plus 5, right? 13k plus 5. Okay. 13k plus 5. So now how can we prove? What do I see here? I see here 13 into 13, right? And I also have the value of n as 13. So if I make here two factors, okay, let's just say I made two factors with n something a n plus b, and then a n plus b here as well. Since n contains 13 here, so we would get 169 something, okay, 169 product something, and then 169 would divide and 169, and it would be proved that 169 divides this whole expression. So let's try and factor it out, because I have I have always told you, when dealing with number theory problems, try to make products, like rather than sums, rather than leaving it as addition and multiplication, try to make factors. So let's factor it out. And if you factor it out, what can we do? Like here we can 12n plus 77n plus 44, and I can take 3n common here, and then I will be left with 7n plus 4, right? And then I can take 11 common here, and then I will be left with 7n plus 4, and then I got 3n plus 11 plus 7n plus 4. Okay, so we have got this very nice equation. I can plug in the value of n here. So looking at just only this, okay, so if I bring it here, I can on the let's plug in the value of n. It was 13k plus 5, okay, 13k plus 5, and then we have got plus 11. So it becomes 13, 3 3 is 9, and 3 39k, and then you have got 15 plus 11. Okay, so you get here 39k plus 26. Okay, so look at it, just look at it. You can you see the multiple of, can you spot the multiple of 13? So yeah, we can do 3k, okay, plus 2, right? So we have got a multiple of 13 here. Okay, so we have got one multiple of 13 here, and if we get a multiple of 13 from this value overall, from this product, then we will get another 13, and 13 square would prove that 161 divides 161, obviously. So let's plug in the value of n here. So 13k plus 5 plus 4. Okay, so 7 into 13, 7 1 7 1, and then you have got 2 here, which would 91k, and then 7 5 is 35, and then you have got plus 4 here, and then you get 91k plus 39. Again, look at it, just look at it, how beautiful it is. We can take 13 common here, and then you will be left with 7k plus 3, right? So you have got two things. So 169 would obviously divides, like we can plug in the values of this, and we would say 131 would divide 31, 3k plus 2, and 13 plus 7k plus 3. So 169, sorry, why am I saying 161 again and again? I am tired right now, that's why. Maybe 3k plus 2 and 7k plus 3. Yeah, so 169 obviously divides 169. That's how we can prove it. So that's a simple proof. Maybe you can try some different approach, but always also one general tip that I want to give you is that always write your approaches with yourself, write your strategies and tricks and tips with yourself, because you are a human being and not a robot. You can forget things, okay? You can't remember so many complex approaches in mind, okay? You have to keep revising those approaches again and again by looking at your cheat sheet, because I have made my cheat sheet and I always look at them before solving a question, so I could think of different approaches. So for example, what we learned here is that what we have learned here is that always try to make the rather than some, try to make product, just like we try to convert it into factors, just like we did. So you have to keep writing these strategies with yourself and the approaches that you try. These definitely help.